gosh. So
Homie Studios, it's your boy Rod checking in. We will be a homie down today. ST is under the weather. ST, if you can hear this, get well, my brother. We got Shadez with us today.
Hey, it's your boy Shadez coming live from Duval. Got my boy Ryan right next to me making his debut.
And we got the honorary, might as well call him a homie. Peach with us once again, man. How you doing today?
oh, permanent guest, homie ass P. That's what it stands for. Permanent guest. Let me stop.
Hey, you know how Peach is just that one neighbor that just won't go home. You know what I'm saying?
You only knew. You better ask.
Hey, straight up, brother. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna go ahead and talk about everybody's weekends, man. Shades, how was your weekend, brother?
Weekend was good. Was going through something last week, and things just it was a period to think, calm down, kind of get over a couple of things, and grow, mature. Anger is not the way. I would just tell everybody, anger is not the way. Focus on the positive things that you got going on in this negative world. You do have positive things that's going on. So just hang on to the positive that you got going on. You'll make it through whatever, pray, and just stay connected to what's real. Don't listen to the outside noise. Don't worry about what he thinks, she say, they think, just stay true to what you know is right. Continue to do your thing. Other than that, the fam is doing good, man. I'm really blessed to like my immediate family. Everybody's staying healthy. Nobody's really being dumb, staying indoors. Everybody knows COVID is spiking. Everybody's going out grocery shopping. You know what I mean? And just staying smart about the whole thing. So overall, I'm blessed, brother.
What about you, Peach?
Trying to do the same thing, trying to stay safe through all this stuff. Everything seems like it, in some places, is getting back crazy. Luckily, here hasn't gotten back crazy yet, but numbers have been rising and stuff. But my kids still homeschool, so we still try to stay safe. And I'll be working in people's houses and stuff, but I still wear precautionary equipment. So,
what about you, Ryan?
The week so far has been pretty good, making sure that the fam's good. Other thing, everybody just have to just piggyback off what Jay said, Shades, you gotta actually, just stay positive for the most part. You can't harp on the bad things that's going on in your life. There's always somebody that's doing worse than you are. Or that's in the worst situation. So you always gotta look at the bright side of every situation, no matter what. And just doing that on a constant basis, you pretty much start to realize that your days aren't as bad as you think they would be. So, I have no complaints as far as this week.
Yeah.
My week is just getting back. Me and the wife actually today, we just planned to take a random trip to Alabama to go see some real good friends of ours. So we're literally leaving tomorrow. And we just decided just to pack our shit up, man, because we're going stir crazy here. So the walls are closing in on us. If you really think about it, we've been a whole calendar year pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Being work from home, and bro, the walls are starting to close in. But overall, man, I'm positive. Good health. you know what I'm saying, my family's safe. So that's all that I complain about. It's today or Thursday is my dad's birthday. So shout out Pops. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, man, we're blessed.
Yo, J-Rod, this your first trip you've taken in a year?
No. You know I had to get down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know how to get down a little bit.
Like what? I was like, no, my boy don't left and went somewhere now.
Yeah, we done went to Disney twice. Went to Disney twice. Went to a Florida game, and then we went to, I don't know. We probably done did something else, but it's just random though. But let's go ahead and get into it. So I believe that this was on Sunday. There was a shooting at a youth football game that where a 27-year-old father was shot and killed. Rest in peace. I don't think his name has been released yet. This was in Jacksonville, Florida, our hometown. And the son was also a victim. I don't think that he passed away. I think that he's going to be okay, but they have not released the names of anything that's going on. He's still alive. Okay, good. Blessings to him. What's your guys' take on it?
I listened to the video. I read the story. And they said it was 4 shots that were fired, but when you listen to the video, it definitely sounded like an automatic weapon, or somebody did something with the trigger to where it was, because it was going, when you heard the go off, it was like brah, 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 brah. That's how it sounded. Like that sounded like, I don't know, Mac 10, like, I don't know. It definitely sounded like an automatic weapon. So I think whoever got shot, they got hit with multiple bullets, and that would explain why the son got hit. The son got shot as well. It's a tragedy, man. Just the people that was talking on the mic, or the dude that was taking the video, he said it's a shame, man. It's just a shame that, you know, that whoever did it, you know what I mean? Like, regardless, we don't know. It's kind of like what you talked about before, Gerard. You can't tell me what to do if you've already disrespected me. You can't tell me what the recourse or what I'm going to feel or how I'm going to act to the situation. So we don't know what the other guy did to get killed. I don't know that information. But the bad part is that it was done at a youth football game. Like, you're going to have women out there, you're going to have kids out there, and you're going to have innocent men out there that have nothing to do with your beef. So that's my only issue. Like, I don't agree with taking anybody's life, but again, I don't know what somebody else did, and to have this happen, obviously, I think it either had to be something very personal, family related, or drugs, or money situation, or business transaction that went wrong, for somebody to come and shoot somebody at a football game for kids. So, yeah, and it happened in my hometown too, man. It's just Jacksonville's the Wild Wild West. You know what I mean?
I mean,
my respect to the family, and that's all I can say about it.
true. Yeah, definite respects to the family. These shootings left and right is crazy, and it's like locally right in our face, so we feel it. But it's also, just our whole nation really dealing with this right now. It's crazy. It's like shootings every minute, probably. You know what I'm saying? You remember when we was kids, they had them commercials like every 10 seconds, someone this, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's probably every second.
It's probably like 2 seconds when you do the calculations, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because, just Thursday, my little brother got shot 3 times in the leg. He live in Baltimore. I always tell y'all, Baltimore, one of the roughest places I ever been. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that. And he all right and everything, though.
Blessings to him, bro. That's great.
Of course, it could have been way worse, you know what I'm saying? But, like, just even getting that news, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that shit not how I want to start my day ever, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, at least he alive, but still, like, damn, niggas is getting shot over stupid shit. Like, you say all those reasons that it could be, like, we hope that it's a reason that's worth that. But being realistic, a lot of shit happen nowadays of petty, stupid, not worth it stuff. Like
Yeah,
we always say like, oh, we don't know what this dude did or not or whatever to make a person come, because we know in our heart, like if somebody did something to our mom or our sister, it might be a snap point or something that make us, not care about none of that. But at the same time, it's some people, man, that's out here that's doing stuff for so, man, the littlest, stupidest stuff that like we would never even be mad at. You know what I'm saying? Much
yeah,
less kill somebody over. So, I just pray that like the more people realize how crazy it is out here and what's going on, that they like think. I think like people not thinking enough, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people who wasn't thought to think through situations. Even personally speaking, like I learned it at a probably like, an older age than you need to. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like that, like reactive, like just whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just with the flow, this or that, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
But you got to grow up. You got to mature. You got to value life. You got to value people, your family. I don't look at people outside like, oh, this another dude. I don't know. He a stranger. Yeah, but to somebody, he's Jeremy to me, like a brother. Like, to somebody, this woman is a mother, like your mother, my mother, a grandmother. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I feel like if people really looked at that and value life, like, yo, when you walk across the street and you see somebody struggling or this or that, that's somebody's mom's. Would you
Yeah,
want somebody to just walk past your mom's? You know what I'm saying? But like, if we thought like that and acted on that, like, would the world be at a better place? You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
And that's really what you try to get to. I mean, more or less. I mean, the story itself is sad. I definitely give my respects and my condolences to the family, even though the guy is still fighting. But it's just senseless. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already got COVID out here killing people, taking people out. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to take each other out as a people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come here, like, this is the land of the free. Anything that is, if it's something that's big, like you said, I respect that. That, yeah, it is something that will cause us to hit that breaking point where it's a point of no return and you snap and you do whatever it is. But most things can really be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Most people just they just totally disregard that as an option. Just, oh, you tried me, you know what you did, now I'm about to react.
Game time.
It can't be like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we have to get to as a people to become better and to advance as a people.
So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna jump on the soapbox real quick, because this story means everything to me. So let me just explain something to you. Last week, if you go on my Facebook or my Instagram, I have two kids that I was coaching. One of them threw a really good touchdown. He's balling. These kids are some of the hardest working kids that I've ever coached. I was a coach for 5 years. I was a youth coach, which are the worst coaches because they deal with the most shit. So I was a youth coach, and I sent it to my brother-in-law, who was also on those actual coaching staffs with me. So I sent him actual text, right? And I sent him a text. I said, "Hey, look, man." I said, Roddy and Tank, they're eating, and so I sent him, the video, and the video said, "Hey, look, Roddy and Tank are eating." Shout out to Roddy and Tank. They're not going to listen to this at all, but they are like 14, or 12, 13, 14-year-old kids that are growing into this system and, into football. They're getting taller. You see them grow. I mean, those are kind of like extensions of my children. You know what I'm saying? And I sent that message to him. 2 days later, I sent a message to him saying that one of the quarterbacks that we used to coach, that we train, good ass kid, got himself involved in a very, very sticky situation, and he's looking at some very, very serious time over something so small. You understand what I'm saying? The video that this shooting was at, I coached every single kid at that park. At that park. My wife can see the videos. My son has run on that field. I learned my first coaching techniques at that field. We had kids crying on that field. We made winners on that field. And you know what's funny is that as you look at that video, the saddest part is that the only parts of that video that they will see or they will hear are those shots ringing out. But the person that takes the huge situation in this is Flip. Flip is the owner of the Arlington Football Association. That man puts blood, sweat, and tears into that park. If you look at that video again, I see a whole row of tents that shows parent involvement. A father was shot taking his son from a football game, so it's obvious parent involvement. The field, it wasn't fucked up. The field was a pristine football field for children to go to. And Flip works every single day for years to make that happen. He makes no money. And we slandered that community. And it's sad, man. And it's sad on our actual people that we can't handle whatever business that we got in a better manner than affecting a child in front of an actual child. And it's sad, man. It's sad, bro. I literally can show you guys a text message where I can show you just the gambit of feelings when I found out that one of the nicest kids that I've ever coached is in a serious situation. Charged him with murder. And this is this week. This week. At that park. We can't do it, man. We can't do it. We have to stop. We have to stop. I don't care what is going on. If I need to walk down on Shadez, it's not going to be with his daughter in front of him. Where is the honor at? That's what I want to know.
For real. We lost that like respect.
Right there.
I'm dead ass serious, man. I'm dead ass serious. And listen, man. I am dead ass serious. I can post you photos. I can post you pictures. My wife used to go out there. She used to slave taking pictures of kids that are not even hers. She would take her own time. We would get jerseys from Afghanistan. Shout out to Smitty, Spencer, Keith, Coach Red. Shout out JJ. All of them at AFA. Whatever happened at that park is nothing indicative of what that park is and what those actual community are and the people that I know there. And that's bullshit, man. It's bullshit.
And this is a prime example. Like, I'm sorry that this is so close to you in a way, but to show that example for like how, look, the situation or story comes up and it's 4 of us on the screen, right? And look how we could never see that perspective, you know what I'm saying, that Rod just brought to us, you know what I'm saying? But that is the perspective of some people in every of these situations that we see, you know what I'm saying? In all of these situations, some of these, you know what I'm saying? Some of these situations, it's like, damn, this is a neighborhood on the come up trying. This is where we do our best at, and shit happen here and they get a bad vibe, a bad view. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anybody is involved in youth coaching, especially like underprivileged area youth coaching, you know the struggle. You know the struggle that it takes. It takes to get kids to practice. It takes arguing with teachers about grades. It takes dealing with a whole bunch of shit that you don't even want to even deal with. And some of them are great talents. What's up? What park was it?
AFA. Arlington Football Association. It's actually the Lions Club. Yes, sir, man. Because I know that for real, man.
I want to talk to you about that off air. I don't want to really say what I want to say on air, but
I got you.
I want to talk to you a little bit about that off air, just because
I got you.
You kind of know where my heart is, and when I hear about stuff, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. You know, I didn't know that's the same team that Smith and Red.
Yeah,
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Man, look, and I'm not gonna harp on this for too much longer, but I'm just gonna say this. So I had a conversation with Smitty Sunday, and Smitty told me that kid was involved in a situation, and I'll send y'all the article, and it stopped me in my tracks. You know what I'm saying? In a way, that kid is my child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally, like, I don't want bad for nobody, especially a kid that I pushed him to every single limit and he hit it, and now he's stuck in this.
Hey, shout out to youth coaching, because
yes,
for one, I know a bit of that feeling you're talking about, because I never been a full-time coach, but all my brothers played Little League baseball, and I was a part-time coach, on a lot of their teams. Sometimes full-time coach, but not technically, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I know that feeling, like, these are your kids. When you out here teaching these kids discipline, trying to teach them how to learn, and watching these kids grow, sometimes you see these kids from when they can't, for example, in baseball or football, can't even throw, to this man could throw better than you. Like,
grown man out here.
That's what I'm saying. And when you see that, it's like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, some of these kids don't have a easy path either, you know what I'm saying? So some of the kids, you're the only parent in their life, in their eyes, you know what I'm saying? Some of these kids, I seen it. I was in Baltimore coaching kids. Like, these parents some of these kids got no parents. The football field, the only place where they got anybody to listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Not to mention, not even actually to mention that I've been up there at that field 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, arguing over game plans. I know the exact point of where that dude got shot at. I know how that happened. You know what I'm saying? I know and it's just, man, it's just like, if anybody does not have children, and if you have the actual time, I would ask you to just go get involved in youth sports, no matter what it is. It can be basketball, football, golf. If you want to be responsible for something, if you want to learn something and you don't have children, go be in youth sports, and you will find somebody that you can help. I can promise you that. For real.
Yep, and that's real. And to be honest, it don't even gotta be just youth sports. To be honest, whatever you into as an adult with your hobbies and stuff, you probably got into it as a kid. And there's kids out there that do that thing. And if you try and touch their lives in a positive way, you can help. You know what I mean?
I would just say,
people. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to piggyback what you guys are saying. I mean, if you can't do youth sports, maybe you're not in sports. I mean, maybe do the Boys and Girls Club.
Hell, tutoring, shit. We need that too.
We talk about this,
and the parents needs help, man.
It's true.
Y'all right, 100%.
We talk about this, and when I was younger, it wasn't like my youth coaches that was that person for me. You know what I'm saying? I was in the chess club, and I had a chess coach, and he was like the man in as far as like teaching me a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this random dude didn't give a shit about me, and I was voluntarily going to this program in the hood, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just, I was trying to do something, you know? So like, he was teaching me chess and got me nice, and he was just, I could see him proud of my growth and different stuff, and like, it wasn't a lot of black kids where I was that even knew how to play chess or what one of those pieces was, you know what I'm saying? So, I could tell he got his, like, a little bit of light in his life from helping kids like me, So, like, I always knew when I got older, and I talked to I got a lot of siblings. If y'all don't know, I got like 12 siblings, and I'm the older. I got a sister that's 9 months older than me. That's like my little sister too. So I like always been taking care of people and trying to help out and push in a positive direction, And I come from a family that's from the Caribbean, and like a lot of my family migrated here and didn't have shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was one of the first ones to go to college or get a high school diploma in my family and shit. And a lot of that stuff, like whether I wanted to do it or not, I was trying to set the bar for my siblings, like show them like this doable. Because in a way, in my family, some of that shit wasn't doable. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people who from families like that. And somebody got to step up. And it's hard. It's a big pressure. It's a lot of weight. It's a sacrifice, It's a big sacrifice. But when you take it, the payout is like, man. You know what? And we'll go ahead and we'll wrap with actually this. Will Smith, he had a quote, and I don't know if this is one of those corny little internet things, but Will Smith said that life in situations that you go through is just like jumping out of an actual plane. You're scared going up, you can feel it going on, they open up the actual door, then you know what I'm saying, you're scared. And then once you actually jump out, I mean, it's life, and it's
It's there, and you're gonna survive regardless. I will tell you, humans are so much more resilient than we ever think, and I think that it's about stepping out, and it's about I didn't want to say that piece, but you know what it is. I think that resiliency within people and understanding the fact of just jumping out and doing something, you can survive. Just do it. Just do it. That's all, man. But Jeremy, what you got with this Ice Cube and the platinum black-owned business? I don't know. Go ahead. What you got?
Yeah, man. I kind of had to dissect it. This is a lot of information, so it's a lot of information to kind of understand which side of it. Okay, so what we have in this whole thing is Ice Cube created something called the contract with black people. And with the contract with black people, he created 13 different topics or 13 different things that he wanted addressed. Now, these 13 things kind of sound like the 13 Bill of Rights. It's kind of, in my opinion, it kind of goes around that. So what happened was Ice Cube created this contract with black people, and he presented it to the Democrats, and he sent it to the Republicans. Out of both sides, the one to grab the plan and to run with it was the Trump administration. It wasn't Donald Trump himself, but his administration grabbed the hold of the contract with black people, and they created something what they called the Platinum Plan. So that name within itself is, names are very important, people. Names are not by chance. Branding, all that stuff, you have to pay attention to all that stuff. So when it comes to the black people, they created something called the Platinum Plan. Okay. So one major thing that we're also going to talk about before I go into the contract with black people is a guy by the name of Roland Martin did an interview with Ice Cube, and he started to dissect what the contract with the black people was, and then the Platinum Plan to show, hey, were they even identifying or addressing anything that you even put in the contract with the black people? Okay, so what I'm about to do is I'm about to go through the contract with black people. I will briefly go through the Platinum Plan, and just because there's different topics, and then there's certain things within that topic. And then I'm also going to talk about what Joe Biden said as far as what he's going to do for the black people.
Contract with black people sounds so like
okay, so I'm going to go through this very quickly. The first thing is the guaranteed black opportunity and representation. One of the major things that Ice Cube wants is an apology for past discrimination and slavery, and he wants affirmative action in schools and public and private. Basically, what he wants is per student funding in states on an equal basis instead of paid by local property taxes. Okay. He wants civil rights classes mandatory in elementary schools, additional polling places in black and minority neighborhoods, and he wants Juneteenth to become a federal holiday. Please remember that fact. Please remember that point, because that point is very important. Okay. The second thing, bank lending reform. He wants bank lending to require banks to lend to a certain percentage of all loans and credit categories on equal basis to black population each bank serves. Okay. So basically right now, he wants them to have the same interest rates as white people are given. Now, there's certain things that we'll talk about when we get into finance talk. There's certain things that people can do to control their interest rate, which is your FICO score. But I'll get into that more later. Federal funding for baby bonds. This is number 3. Okay, basically what he wants is he wants federal funding to be passed, providing every child with a government-funded trust account, giving them a $1,000 contribution. Okay, so by the time they turn 18, he wants them to possibly have, based on interest and compound interest, he wants there to be about $46,500 that they'll be when they turn 18 that can be used for schooling, if they want to buy a house, things of that nature. Okay, so that's part 3. Part 4, Federal Reserve and government pensions. Okay, so he basically wants the Federal Reserve to allow one-time interest-free loans for home ownership. So if somebody is black, he basically wants you to have a one-time interest-free loan for home ownership. Okay, so that means you can get a home loan your first time and not have any interest. That's one of the main things that he said. Part 5, financial oversight. Okay, he wants a banking commission to be formed that will be set to overlook and report on black and minority lending, housing ownership, and mortgages. Okay, and then he wants them to be able to enforce items 2 and 3 that we were talking about above, such as guaranteeing black representation and bank lending. Okay. The 6th thing is personal data and credit. He wants to make sure that people's credit and their data, especially when it comes to them, when they get out of prison or when they get out of jail, he wants to make sure that their information is being reported incorrectly. So basically what we're finding out is a lot of people's information on a credit report is being reported incorrectly, and the Fair Credit Report Act, which is the FCRA, is not being followed 100%. So he wants this enforced, and they're finding it out mainly on black people. A lot of information has been deemed incorrect. He wants this information to be updated, and it wants them to have more privacy with what information is released and to make sure that is accurate. He wants there to be prison reform. Okay, this part is important. Okay. He wants people to be approved for drug rehabilitation programs rather than imprisonment, especially if it's their first time. Okay. So instead of imprisoning, he wants there to be rehabilitation programs, especially if it's your first time. He wants privately run prisons to be abolished and prison labor to be disallowed without consent. So in order for you to go to prison and to work for somebody, basically almost say slave labor, they're paying you 10 cents on the dollar or 10 cents an hour. He wants you to be able to choose whether or not you're going to go into that or not. Number 8, we're almost done. Judicial reforms. He wants them to be able to eliminate mandatory minimums and 3 strike rules. So basically, if you're on your third strike, then you go to prison for life. He wants things like that thrown out, which I think will have a major, major, major effect on a lot of prison cases. He also wants in this number 8, lynching to become a federal hate crime. And he wants the Ku Klux Klan to be declared a terrorist organization. Very important. Remember that. Number 9, Police Reform Act. He wants there to be elimination of qualified immunity, requirement of mandatory malpractice insurance for all police officers. That's very important because that's what doctors have. Make municipalities liable for unconstitutional actions by police, which means your local government will be responsible if a police kills an unarmed person. Mandatory use of dashboard and body cams, elimination of chokeholds and no-knock warrants, establishment of residency requirements, de-escalation training, and requirement to update training, severe penalties for evidence tampering, including withholding DNA. So these are things that are not currently being done right now, or that people are being able to do all willy-nilly. So we actually have something called a contract with the black people that's actually addressing these things. Okay. Number 10, we're almost finished. Number 10. Okay. He wants FCC licensing of public airwaves. He wants broadcast network will be required to air black produced content equal to 20% of the total content on the network as measured by time. Number 11, Confederate monuments and institutions. He wants elimination of all Confederate statues and uses or displays of Confederate flags on government grounds or property with public access. Rename all streets, schools, public structures, etc., named after Confederate soldiers and leaders. A memorial will be built in Washington, D.C. to victims of police excessive force. Very important. The AJP program for education and jobs. I really don't understand this, but I'm just going to read you what it says. Adoption of AJP, a public-private program that provides access to jobs and education and or training for people willing to put in the work and commitment. And the last thing is Black responsibility. This is just basically going into, he wants our culture, our people to be more responsible and socially responsible and economically responsible to take advantage of the new things that are coming our way. He wants people to understand that chronic poverty creates an atmosphere full of negativity, frustration, hopelessness, depression, alcoholism, drug abuse, crime, and violence. Okay, so I think that's a good stopping point. For that point, I can definitely go into the Trump and what Biden says, but based on what I just talked about, do y'all want to talk about anything that was displayed? Do you like the contract with the Black people, or do you want me to just go straight into what Trump did? And
we can let's just go straight into Trump, because I feel like that every single thing on that list is agreeable topics.
Okay, so basically, Pete, you're on mute.
First, before we go to that, real quick.
Yeah.
What do you think the likeliness of that stuff actually being
And that's why
put into policy?
And that's why I want to let's just find out what actually Trump says first. Don't worry about that. Go ahead. Perfect. Piece, a perfect segue.
Okay, so what I want y'all to realize is everything that you just heard, what Trump did, he took that and created what we're about to talk about. I'm not going to be able to read everything on here. Okay. If you're part of Homie Studios, you're one of the homies, all you have to do is put in the comments, put in your email, and I will forward Trump's plan to you, or the platinum plan to you. You can also go on Google, type in platinum plan. So, but what I'm going to do is highlight certain points within the platinum plan that Trump took directly from the contract with the Black people. And then I'm also going to talk about certain language that makes me not believe what this platinum plan is talking about. And I'm also going to talk about some good things that I did here in here. Okay. So with the platinum plan, and this is also going to tie in the interview with Roland Martin and Ice Cube, because Roland Martin basically said he felt that the platinum plan did not bring in anything that the contract with the Black people was talking about. And I disagree. It brought in certain things, but the meat and the potatoes, I don't think it really covered that. So with the platinum plan, so when you read this, it says Black economic empowerment and access to capital. The first bullet point, it says jobs, jobs, jobs. This is one of the things, and this is some of the language that this is one of the things I don't like. And this what makes me believe is pure BS, because I can see Donald Trump saying it and I don't believe anything that he's saying when he says it. Reach even greater levels of historic employment and wage growth for the Black community set in 2019, so that anyone looking for a job gets one. Okay, so here's the next point on this part where Roland Martin kind of drilled into Ice Cube, and Ice Cube didn't even understand or know this part. Okay, it says seek infrastructure funding that will lead to widespread growth in the annual $500 billion federal contracting opportunities. Okay, so when people heard this, they automatically thought that, oh, Donald Trump is going to invest $500 billion to the Black community. No, that's not what this means. And Roland Martin pointed it out, and I'm glad I looked at that interview and looked at that, because this $500 billion that they're talking about is the private investing contracts that's awarded to everyone. They're basically just saying that they're going to make it more accessible to the Black community. They're not putting $500 billion in the Black community. They're just putting it on the Black agenda and saying that we are going to have access to the $500 billion in independent private funding. Okay, so no, $500 billion is not going to be invested in the Black community. So anybody that you hear out there talking to you and they say something about Donald Trump, oh, he's going to invest $500 billion into the Black community. No, he's not. The next thing is fueling access to capital for Black-owned business. This is the part that I do like, but a lot of it is vague language. Okay. Increase the number of Black-owned contracting businesses, financial services entities, and private equity investment funds through regulatory reform up to $40 billion and government funding alongside traditional private investments. Key word there. I want you to understand $40 billion, and they're going to use traditional private investment measures. Traditional. What does that mean to you? Okay. More education opportunities. Education African Americans can choose. Education African Americans can afford. This is the part that I do like that I'm going to talk about. Continue to protect the vital role of historically Black colleges and universities, because there's one thing Donald Trump has done in his presidency. He has made ways for that HBCUs have had access to funding that they normally wouldn't have. HBCUs has been getting a lot of media play in ESPN through Stephen A on the HBCU weeks. So that is something that's good. Better.
Why do we always have to give credit for shit that should already be there?
I don't know, but
I just want to just say that I don't like. I get it, bro. I mean, we're
right. We're
okay.
Almost done,
I'm sorry.
Bro. We're almost.
I'm
done,
sorry.
I know. We're almost done, brother.
Hold up, Rob. Let me throw you the ice pack.
I'm sorry. Like I felt like I'm
almost done, brother. Almost done. We got 3 more points. 3 more. Almost. I'm proud of you. I thought you were gonna say something way before. I'm proud of you, bro. Okay. Better and cheaper healthcare. Affordable care you can trust. Okay. I don't really know what to take from this that I like or agree with, but I want to say something that's very startling, and I think it's going to be something that we're going to bring on later on, especially hopefully with Kenny with conspiracies. But investments into the causes and cures of kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, sickle cell disease, maternal mortality, and other diseases that disproportionately affect African American populations.
Nigga, it's fried chicken. We know.
I'm gonna leave it at no. That's not all it is, and that's something that Kenny can bring on board. All I have to do is look up the Tuskegee experiments, okay? And also, there's a scientist that said the Tuskegee experiments never stop, but that's another subject for something else. Safety and justice, safe streets. This is where an attempt about police reform was made, but where I'm calling BS. Restore safety to Americans' great cities by working with police departments, community leaders, and mental health professionals to install the most responsive, professional, and accountable models of policing, including diversity training and accreditation standards. Advance second chance hiring to get rehabilitated citizens with a criminal record back on the job. And the last point, prosperous Black communities, 2 points that he took directly from the contract with Black people. Make Juneteenth a national holiday, prosecute the KKK, they added and Antifa as terrorist organizations, and make lynching a national hate crime.
Don't forget Antifa.
Okay. Hey, I know you're chipping at the bit. Go ahead, bro. And once y'all are done, I'll read you what Biden said, because I really don't like what Biden said either. It's very vague, but at least he has a Black agenda.
You know what? We're gonna let the guest go first. Peach, you're not a guest.
I mean, just listening to it, I mean, like you said, it's a lot of vague language. So especially when you start talking about traditionally, we not getting those benefits of the doubt. So if you're gonna do it traditional, you ain't gonna change nothing. I mean, so it's just certain language that I hear him, but he's talking like he does when he does the debates. He's talking in circles. He's not answering anything that you're really asking. So like,
and then how is this stuff going to be implemented?
Right, he's not giving you any plan on how he plans on doing it. He's just saying we're gonna do this. How? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just
the same way you're going to get Mexico to pay for the wall.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
In no part of that wall has been built. The people that raised all of the funding for that wall are in prison for taking the money for the funding for the wall.
it is just crazy. Like it's just empty promises that he just. At this point, I just feel like his administration is desperate. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hail fucking Marys. Hail Marys at this point.
Okay, Ice Cube, you're black. You gave us something that we gonna run with this. You know what I'm saying? Like black people, go tell everybody that we gonna do this. But you're not telling us how you plan on doing any of it.
Same way you use Kanye.
Same way you start saying, "Oh, well, you was gonna get this stimulus package," or "I'm gonna wait until after the presidency to give you the package." Like, come on, man. Like,
you know what else too, though? You know what else too, and I'm also saying this too, and I don't want this man to come for me because he is the internet god, but 50 is way too big in these streets to let some Trump shit get in his way.
No,
and that was
talking about money,
I don't think he's talking about anything. I think he's just wanting the attention that he actually brings. I think this is an attention grab. But go ahead.
When he put that up, he put what they were talking about, what Biden was talking about. He's going to be taxing people, and it was like 60. He's charging like millionaires like 60% and all this other stuff. First of all, the Fed got to agree to allow that to happen. The president can't just come in and just be like, "Oh, I'm about to raise taxes," without the Senate, the House of Representatives, like Fed agreeing on the whole.
And I completely
that was just.
And I completely agree with no. I understand the actual money move. The money move, him understanding financially how Biden is not good for him is fine, but do that privately. The fact of you coming out and then you making an actual statement is doing nothing but bringing attention to you, and that is what he is about. 50 Cent is an internet goat. Seriously, you don't think that he knew what that was gonna do? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying though, that's cap, bro. That's cap. That's just my bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I mean, I can pass it now. I mean, I don't want everybody else to get a chance to, say a piece, but I just don't. I mean, a lot of it, I just feel like I see Ice Cube and I respect him for trying to at least do something. But if you think about it, like, you got to go a lot farther than that before you start to see any change. I mean, if you think about every other nationality that has actually encountered something in the United States, from Native Americans, Chinese, they've all got their form of reparations already in some way, shape, or fashion. We're the only people that have it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's crazy that they're so intimidated by us, because if anything, like, now it's more of us and we're actually, it's not level, but it's to a point where, like, as a people, we're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're comfortable with who we are. And at this point, it's not a lot of us that's like just straight up hate all white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, your ancestors might have done something, but you're not your ancestors. But they got to understand that the same way with us too. I'm not my ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just gonna just, none of that's going down. So, I mean, I just don't. The Trump administration at this point, like I said, is desperate. I see this as their last pitch attempt to try to get any black people that's straddling the fence. Like, okay, look, I got this piece of paper that's going, try to get you to come on my side because, you're not too sure about Biden.
It's called the Platinum Plan.
Right. I mean, and that's the main thing. Out of all of this, that's what bothers me the most is the name. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you think about black people, you think, oh, platinum change, rappers, stuff. I'm like, so why does it have to be called? That's not how they pitched it to you. Why is it the platinum plan?
It was called the contract with black people, and then you change it to that's insulting to me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a play.
That's insulting to me right there. Like that.
But then also though, Jeremy, if it does go through and then you take that as being insulting, then they will tell you that you should be grateful.
No, I can care less what you tell me.
Do you know what I'm saying? That is just the actual the actual narrative that will actually run with that, and it's just crazy though.
No,
what you got, Peach?
I don't care what it is.
Man, to me, that's that. Let me, like he said, let me get that last couple black on the fence votes pitch. Let me see what I could do. Like, and to me, this is the definition for me of why I hate politics. Because this is what gets done. This bullshit ass proposal that's not gonna happen no matter who get the presidency, realistically. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying? And then at the end of the day, it's like you really use this as a plea to get in. And then when you get in and we like, yo, you don't be keeping your word, you be like, oh, that's not true. Like, yeah, yes it is. Like you ain't doing the stuff you said. Because if we go back to your pre-election stuff, you ain't doing the stuff you said. Like the wall is just one thing. Like you could joke about the wall, but it's real. That was a big main focus of this man campaign. Like you know how much votes he got because of the wall?
And a nan fucking piece is up.
You don't know that?
And the people that support him, that supported that, are still like, we still support you. You didn't keep your promises to us either, but shit, we're gonna go with it. Republican.
Man, it's crazy as hell because if you really think about like, you know, we got to get everybody who used to be somebody who Donald Trump knows. So you know what I'm saying, Ice Cube, and you just allow this to be a situation. And I just think that the only thing that's gonna fix this is to legalize marijuana, legalize gambling, and give people the universal basic income. That's the only way that I see it. And the day that I see Chick-fil-A's in the hood, that is when I know that the world is changing.
Nah, they're gonna gentrify it first before they bring it there.
Hey, I am not taking that gentrify road. You gonna get me like that?
Yeah, bro. I mean, ultimately with everything, you know what I'm saying? To me, it doesn't really matter if it's Democrat or Republican that is in the office. I would vote for the best candidate I see, but this presidency is a little bit different, and I don't like Joe Biden 100%. No, I don't. There's certain things that people show me or certain things that I see that I don't like, and then if you have any time, go and read Joe Biden's plan. I really don't want to. If you one of the homies, just send me your email address and then I'll forward it to you if you can't find it. You know what I mean? But Joe Biden's, he's very vague as well. And he has some things that are in his closet that I don't think is very good either. But to me, I'm taking the lesser of two evils in this standpoint. I feel like I can trust Joe Biden more than I could Hillary Clinton, which is why I'm actually going to go out there and vote. And I'm thankful that Hillary Clinton ain't up there again. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if I'll vote again, but in the end, everybody just read between the lines, do your research. Just don't circle something in the ballot just because. Actually do the research on it. Learn who it's how we control things. And what I want to say is about our culture and our people together. Yes, voting and everything is important, but it's not the end all be all. But we have to take ownership of ourselves, and we have to take ownership of where we're at. So we have to start doing business together. We have to start learning how to getting back into agriculture and farming, maybe using hydroponics and aeroponics to do that, in the warehousing and stuff like that. We have to take, our neighborhoods and our culture back into our hands and not just depend on the government. You know what I mean? And that's what this podcast is about. That's why we're going to have another sector called Finance Talk. And we're going to talk about home ownership. We're going to talk about trust funds. We're going to talk about having a 401k and IRA, your credit cards, how to use your credit to your advantage.
And what we're also going to talk about is black-owned businesses such as room renovators. Hit me up if you need your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I want to finish on this when we're talking about Black enterprise. If you go to www.bankgreenwood.com, this is a new Black-owned bank that started by Killer Mike, and there's two other Black black businesses or black business owners and presidents of the operation. So it's not just Killer Mike that's doing it by himself. You know, it's set to launch in January, and it's not just for black people. It's for everybody. It's for Latino, for the Latinx community. It's for white people, Asian, everybody. You know, because what this does is competition helps the banking industry, and if we can actually have more black-owned businesses, where if you are a black person, then they're actually going to have like a $10,000 grant that you can qualify for every month. There's going to be just different things that you can do. And the more competition you have, you're going to see the other competitors try to drive you back and give you, hey, if you open up a new checking account with us, we'll give you $300. Like, you're going to see crazy deals start happening because people are going to start taking their money and they're going to start pooling it together. And we're going to have black owned banks. And there's already black owned banks. But this one is probably going to be like the Facebook of black-owned banks. So
background story: the banking industry is the biggest part of the power in the country.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
They own everything.
All the land.
So
they own
Pete,
people. You sleep. They own people.
So Pete, you got room renovators. You know, in about a year or two, you can go ahead and apply for a loan to expand your business. You know what I'm saying? Maybe get yourself a truck, and
I'm
you know what I'm saying.
I'm gonna try and expand when the Hussey Bank come out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you already know, bro, because your boy about to ask him for a real estate investing loan for real.
Hey, before we leave real talk though, I got an early shout out, and the reason I got to give it right now is because it's a real talk shout out, like real talk, and it's to your boy Tyler Perry, because we talk about black people, we talk about success, we talk about coming from nothing. You know what I'm saying? My man is a black billionaire now. And I got the article right here in Forbes magazine.
Yeah.
You know, and first of all, side note, people read shit like this because this why they got shit that we don't got, because we not reading the right information. You know what I'm saying? Read shit like this because it got little secrets and little tips and little shit that we don't be knowing. You know what I'm saying? It be simple shit, but they give it to they people because they people got these kind of subscriptions and shit, you know?
Got you.
But side note, my man, let me tell you where the money came from. He worth over $1 billion now. So billionaire black shit. Like, this is real shit. And this is the kind of goals we need to have black people believing that they can have, because you got to remember, we might be like optimistic, we might be hopeful, we might know we could grind and work hard and get what we want. We might be like that, but we don't got all our brothers and sisters like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't believe they can reach. Some people don't think they never gonna get 100,000, much less 1 billion. You know what I'm saying? We got to let our people know this is doable. This is not impossible. This is not mission impossible. This is mission work your ass off. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Tyler Perry used to be homeless.
He was homeless, bro. And let me give you a quick quote from him. He was like, and this goes with that: I love when people say you come from humble beginnings. He says, it means you was poor as hell. He says, it also makes success sweeter. Ownership, he says, ownership changes everything. And that's what people need to know. Let's own our shit. Let's not keep doing this great shit and having somebody else own it. That's a problem. My man has cash and investments over 300 mil. His stake in BET, 60 mil. Stake in libraries, 320 mil. Studios and land, 280 mil. Homes and toys investing, 40 mil. Over $1 billion.
Yeah, he built the Black Hollywood in Atlanta.
Yeah,
they're shooting movies and all that stuff out there
right now. Right now.
He built Black Hollywood in Atlanta.
That was just my quick shout out. Sorry to take it over.
All good, brother.
All right, Pete. That was actually deep. Actually, you know what though? Shout out to Pete though, man, because Pete is actually about to come and install my exhaust fans. Straight up. Straight up. But let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get into barbershop talk right now. We're gonna go ahead and get into the Bucs. So it looks like that the Bucs are not looking to trade Giannis with that weak ass thing. What you guys got on the Bucs not trading Giannis?
Can I go first?
Yeah, you got it, bro. You got it.
First of all, we got to start this off with saying Giannis is my favorite player to watch play. He not my favorite player of all time or da da da, and you never know. Maybe he might earn that. But he my favorite player to watch play. He also disappoints me a lot. Not because he don't be out here balling, because yes, I know my man learned the game late and stuff, but my man and his team, and let me tell you, not everybody look at it, but this is what they lacking. They might say it's a shooter, it's a this or that, and it's none of that shit. The team lacks IQ. He doesn't have a high IQ. His talent is high. We don't never see many people with talent this high without high IQs on the game. He learned the game late. He from different shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't got the IQ
Greased.
of some normal basketball players. Don't get me. Don't. I'm not disrespecting my man. His athletic ability is A plus plus plus.
It
You
makes
feel
up
me?
for him not having the
But
IQ.
he needs somebody with IQ. Let the Bucs get a Rondo. You know the difference of level of play we'll see from this kind of guy, and that's not this huge pickup. You know what I'm saying? But IQ is everything. Because when we look at championship teams and championship builds and stuff like that, what they have is IQ. Name the last couple champions. What I'll point out to you is IQ. You know who has IQ? Basketball IQ? Very high? Kawhi. You know who else? Steph Curry. You know who else? Klay Thompson. You know who else? LeBron James. Like, these people that are competing for championships have high IQs. And if you're not that dude, you need it around you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I agree with
So
everything that you just
so
said.
so if the Bucks aren't trading him, my one thing what's gonna be said is what they gotta do. Help my boy. Y'all gotta help him. If y'all ain't trading him, y'all better help him. Don't waste a Hall of Fame player's career. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with everything that you just said. Besides the Rondo thing, I don't think it can just take Rondo. I think they would need like a CP3 maybe. But
I heard I
I agree
heard
with
that's
everything you
likely.
said.
I heard that's likely, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if they got CP3, then I'll be like, yeah,
But
Rondo. I don't know,
it didn't
because
need to be
Rondo,
directly
you need
Rondo.
regular season too.
It didn't need to be directly Rondo, but it was
No, I
just
understand what you were saying though. I get your point.
hold up. I just needed Rondo esque.
Rondo-esque player. I feel you, bro. Honestly, I think they should trade him. Because they don't have enough to trade for the piece that they need. I don't believe they let Malcolm Brogdon go. They kept the wrong person in Eric Bledsoe. Chris Middleton is not a number 2. He's a number 3, possibly number 4 type player sometimes, in my opinion. He got a jumper though, but he's not a number 2. Because nowadays the number 2 is an AD.
Is he a
Chris
Kuzma?
Middleton is not an AD. So I think Giannis needs like a Bradley Beal type player, Jimmy Butler, Russell Westbrook, a Kyrie Irving, a Dame Lillard. He needs somebody like that on his level. Maybe even an Oladipo
A
would
Derrick Rose is good.
a D Rose is
Oladipo,
legit too.
Oladipo or Bill, I don't think is good enough to help
Nah,
what we
Brad,
need.
bro, don't disrespect Bill like that.
I'm not disrespecting. He a
You
baller,
are
but
disrespecting. He
they
averaged
they
30 points this year.
I think that
without John Wall.
It don't matter. He
It
still
does
he put up
matter.
30.
It does matter. He's not gonna put up 30 with Giannis.
He's putting up 25 plus.
All right. I don't got no
I
red
honestly
light, so
think
I'm gonna
that
leave you
even though
alone.
they might not want to trade him, I mean, if they don't do what he wants them to do, they're gonna have to get something for him anyway. And I mean, one of the players you just mentioned, I mean, I hate to say it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled a KD and ended up going to Miami.
Oh, okay.
With that 125 million cap space that Miami got, the only big star they have under contract is Jimmy Butler.
Ooh.
I mean,
if he went to Miami,
boys is young. They 23, 24. They some young bulls. I mean,
Giannis with Miami,
that'll be a problem. I mean, that's typically what actually ended up being the issue with Miami. They didn't have a number 2.
with Bam.
They had to give it to Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was either LeBron or AD, but it's just Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? So if you put Giannis with somebody like that, I don't know. I think that would possibly be a good fit. Because
it's not somebody like that. It's a team and a coach like that. If you put him with a team and a coach like that, yes. I don't think it's Jimmy Butler alone. Because if Jimmy Butler came to the Bucs, it wouldn't be good enough in my opinion.
Oh, nah. It's the Heat coach.
I'm gonna also say this. This whole like Jimmy Butler like resurrection of a person, to me the jury is still out. I think that we still got to realize that Jimmy Butler knew what he was playing for when he went to that bubble, and I think that he needed to look like an actual teammate. I need to get a full season of Jimmy under max money first.
I disagree with you.
I disagree.
Jimmy Butler been balling. No. Listen.
I'm not saying that he's not balling.
Everywhere he go, he makes them go farther. He leaves positive impact. Like all the teams he's went to after he left the Bulls, he's helped them get farther than they've been or took them back to where they want to be. Like he literally is one of those dudes.
I don't think he has the skill of one of those players, but he got the heart and the IQ, like you said.
Bro, he ascended before our eyes, bro.
I'm not saying that he's not. This is not more about him being a basketball player. This is more.
I don't think he a GOAT or nothing. He not in KD or nobody category.
No.
Giving him that.
No. I just want to see a year of not a Jimmy Butler contract year. Oh, Jimmy Butler made this team good. I just want to see it next year, and I just want to make sure that the thing that happened with the actual Timberwolves cannot happen here. That's all that I'm saying.
Yo, I think what happened is Jimmy one of those like disrespected kind of dudes, kind of like it remind me of not right now, but Iguodala before he went to the Warriors, like. Niggas forgot who Iguodala was. Like, AI left 76ers, and he was doing some LeBron shit to get them to the playoffs. He ain't win, but he was, triple doubles, like, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like Jimmy been like that, too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you don't win, it don't really result in your legacy showing that. You know what I'm saying? He got to win first. But this is the farthest he make it, so it's highlighted right now. Mm-hmm. But I think he is one of those dudes. Not a GOAT status dude, but a great player.
Yeah. It's just my one thing is that if we go into fast forward into next year, and the situation turned out that he was going off on Tyler Hero, and it didn't turn out that he was the teammate that we thought he was, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
No, I don't think we think
you're wrong.
This great teammate.
What?
I don't think we think he's this great teammate. I don't think that. I think that you gotta vibe with him, and if you vibe with him and believe in him, you're gonna be good. Like that's a good team. But if he's scratching surface with anybody, it ain't gonna work. The team is vibing. Like you said just now, that Heat culture. That's what it is. They're not this me shit. You know, he couldn't go to Golden State and ball. You know what I'm saying? Like it's places he wouldn't fit in, even with greatness. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree with that, dog.
That's why he
got into it at Minnesota, because Minnesota, he got mad with Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns because he's like, dog, y'all are uber talented. Why am I having more points than y'all every game? It doesn't make sense. Like, y'all not playing hard enough. Y'all not practicing hard enough. And, like, when he rubbed them like that, they like, I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of getting better and letting them challenge them, they let it rub them the wrong way and, like, we don't want him on our team.
Because if you said that to Tyler Hero would probably challenge him to a game.
Yeah, but y'all got to be real with the league we live in now. A lot of niggas ain't like that. That's why
he's not going to vibe with anybody that act like that. That don't make him a bad teammate.
It's been happening since Kobe. Niggas don't be with that push me hard shit. Some niggas don't want that.
No, I feel you, but that doesn't make you a bad teammate.
Huh? I'm not saying it does.
No, but that's what I'm saying with Rod. With Rod, what he was saying about proving that he's a teammate.
It makes you an actual teammate that you have to learn to adjust, and you have to learn to understand that you taking the Rockhead mentality with all people is the actual problem. I think that that's a growth issue within all people. I can't just teach football to my 4-year-old kid like I can to after 12-year-old. I have to. What's up, Peach?
We getting too deep in sports about this. This is human. This is everyday life. This is personalities. We live in a world where all personalities don't mix in the work environments, at the damn grocery store, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's just what it is. It ain't about none of that skill on the court, who this, who good, who want to play with who. It ain't even that. Sometimes personalities just don't mix.
And that's all it was. But that's what I'm saying.
Bro, Shaq and Kobe could have probably won 10
doesn't
rings.
make him a bad
Shaq
teammate.
and Kobe could have probably won 10 rings. They hated each other and was good teammates.
Yeah, but Kobe
won a couple rings.
Kobe was like Jimmy Butler. That's why Kobe and Shaq didn't mesh.
I'm just saying that's why it takes certain. But even
Shaq
in that, right? They didn't mesh, but look at what
Shaq
they did versus how people now are. At least they played long enough and meshed and made it work to win some rings. Niggas can't even do that nowadays.
I mean,
if
Shaq
we don't mesh, it's like, over now.
Behind me, why am I going to go out there and do that? I got this young boy that's going to come in and do work.
Got you on that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into another person who underutilized and we want to see do a little bit more work. What you got with Michael Porter Jr., Jeremy?
Well, he said something during the playoffs, like he was saying that, you know, the Nuggets have more than one person on their team, and he feels like he was being underutilized and whatever. He kind of called out the coaching, and I feel like he stepped out of bounds right there too. But I saw an article, you know, saying that young underutilized players that may not be able to reach their full potential on the current team. So I honestly don't see Michael Porter Jr. as being in that situation. I just consider him being a rookie, and you have to earn your keep. You know, every team is not going to do you how the Heat did Tyler Hero. You know, Tyler Hero did earn that, you know, over the course of the year. I think Michael Porter Jr., he showed and showcased that, you know, he definitely is he's definitely a future star. You know, whether or not he's going to be a superstar or not, I don't know. But I think maybe next year they are going to use him more. You know, Murray transcended. Joker, you know, Joker was the Joker, you know, cemented himself, you know, as a Joker. Now they got a third person. So, you know, I think they should keep that team together. You know, you to put them more. And I definitely think the coaches need to utilize them more this year, because if you got him and Murray going off at the same time and Joker doing his thing, the West is going to be crazy next year, man.
Gary Harris ain't no slouch.
And Gary Harris ain't no slouch either, man. Like Jeremy Grant.
I disagree with you, Jay. I say
okay.
I'm not with it. I think he overrated. I think the perfect example of what he is and how he could be a detriment to the team and why they shouldn't do more with him and should try to find another person to be that 3 is Kyle Kuzma. I feel like it's this potential we want to see in this guy because he has this. He does do this well. I think you just said we think he a future star. I don't. He got to prove to me he a future star.
Well, I think he's a future star.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying I don't.
But he way better than Kyle Kuzma, bro. He way better than Kyle Kuzma.
I think they closer than you think.
Nah, he way better than Kyle Kuzma, bro.
I think you got Ryan? Be brothers. They're happy and they're living and on color.
I think that Michael Porter Jr. I don't think that he'll be a star, but I think he'll be a very good role player. Like,
bro, first of all, look at the team he's playing on, right? He's playing on the team with Joker and Murray. If he can't show that he could get his when all the opportunities are given to him, we didn't watch this man miss open shots and make bad decisions and good opportunities all through the playoffs. Yeah. Like, yes, he has potential in certain skill, but like if that doesn't translate to being able to do it when the pressure's on, who do we give credit for that?
But that playoff, it amps up a little bit. So, you know, he might have been cruising through the regular season thinking it was sweet, and, you know, they turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, but we don't respect people for that. Look how much
you can't talk about
respect for that.
I don't really feel like you can talk about Porter and then bring up Kuzma, bro. Like, Kuzma was trash.
Bro, they relate.
Like,
Yeah, but
Compared,
he was trash
Like-
this year. But just the Kuzma before the Ingram trade, right? They wasn't willing to trade Kuzma because they had the same faith and belief in him that they got right now in Porter. That's what I'm saying.
no, I
I'm not
feel you,
saying this year's
bro, their
Kuzma.
skill level is on two different levels, bro.
All right,
I'm trying to tell you.
the new PG versus Shades bet is
Okay.
that next season Porter's season looks a lot like this year's Kuzma season. That's what I'm betting.
I'll bet you on that, bro.
Okay.
Well, how much?
I think he'll have like 15.
I want 150 push-ups on this one. 150.
flex on them.
150. Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. just got to play defense for me. Before you can talk about being underutilized, you were down there getting all banged around down there, down low. Crazy as hell. Before we can even talk about you being utilized with anything, how about you utilize defense? All right, so we had the matchup of the week in the NFL. We think it was the two Hall of Fame legends, or future Hall of Fame legends, Aaron Rodgers and the Tampa Bay Bucs. Aaron Rodgers. That was the hardest TD celebration on the most non-efficient run ever, but Packers had a struggling night. What y'all think?
Yeah, I gotta pay homage to the boys that called it right. You know what I'm saying? P-Dot and was it P-Dot and ST called it right?
No, I called it too.
Oh, and you called it right. I was the only one that went with Packers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I was the only one. So I was wrong on that one. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to my boys for going right in that situation. Aaron Rodgers is known for one of those anomalies once a season. I do consider that an outlier, but that defense was dang, boy.
Is he just trying to make excuses that fast after he admitted that he was wrong? Damn.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
but
just saying.
It's called layering.
Is that not facts? Aaron Rodgers always has a game like that in the year.
No, that's not what we gonna call it.
Oh, okay.
So because it's too early to say, oh, in a year he has a game like that. He might have 2-3 more like that before the season over. You counting the year ending now.
No, I'm just saying Aaron Rodgers doesn't normally have multiple games where he looks like that. He will have a game where
all we gotta
lose.
do right now is give credit to that defensive plan.
Yeah, I was trying to before I was rudely interrupted.
You can't give me those like.
Yes, I can. I can. That's my take.
You
I
gave
can.
me
Let me finish my take, and then I can tell you about the defense.
You gave me the fine
Can I let you know about the defense?
Before you gave me the juicy stuff, bro. Don't give me the fine print after, not before.
No. I give it to you how you get it, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You get it how you get it. You're going to get it. You're going to eat it, and it's going to be good. You get it? No, but for real, like P said, the defense of Tampa Bay is nothing to be played with right now. That defensive line was terrorizing Aaron Rodgers. And then for the secondary, you know, they could have dropped those interceptions. They could have dropped them. They didn't. They almost took two of them to the house. They took one to the house. So, you know, I got to give kudos to that Tampa Bay defense. You know, they definitely made Aaron Rodgers look pedestrian. Aaron Jones, he wasn't utilized like I thought he would be. Devontae Adams caught a sideline pass that normally he would keep both feet in, stepped out. You know, I just think it was an off game for the Packers altogether. But y'all boys called it right, man. I was wrong on this one.
All right. So at the end of the day, first of all, it was still not a bad game. You know what I'm saying, for what the score showed. But Tom and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers seem to be clicking and going in the right direction. He's had some of his struggle games too, but he's been looking good lately. And I really don't think, because for one, I didn't think coming into this game that they was going to get that kind of pressure on Rodgers. I don't think he expected it. I don't think the Green Bay Packers were prepared to deal with that pressure. And when the Tampa Bay seen that it was working, like their plan of pressure worked, they put the gas pedal to the floor.
Bro,
like, how often do we see that nowadays? A defensive coordinator put the pedal to the floor like that. I was happy. You know, first of all, homies out there, I'm going to let y'all know, PG is a defensive side of the ball type person. Like, You could take your Joe Montana. I'm gonna get my Lawrence Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Like we coming for the kill, and your star might not be able to play for the rest of this game. We hope he ain't injured beyond that. But that was a good defense. Like game plan, like it's so hard because I'm a defensive fan, and we don't see these 3-zip 6-3 9-3 games no more. So like I don't see that defense like that. So when I see
Except for the
this in
Super Bowl
this
2 years ago.
Super Bowls and playoffs, sometimes you might see it, but like all regular season, we see 30 points averaged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when I see a game like that in this new era of offense, kudos to that defensive game plan on that day, because we don't even see defensive that string these together.
Hey, it was
like,
your boy, Peach, Ty Bowles.
I know it's my boy. Trust me, I'd like him as a defensive coordinator, not a coach.
Not as a head coach.
But let
like
me tell you though.
Game?
Let me tell you though. I was just about to say the grass ain't always greener, because first of all, I never thought the grass was greener with Gase. I'm gonna stand by that. I will never. I got friends.
Hey, humble eyes was like
know
this at the press
that
conference.
since-
Man.
Oh, yeah,
I almost shed green tears when they hired him. You know what I'm saying?
why?
Because I was like, because I was trying to get the green out my body, because I knew we was gonna be this bad. But man, we need Rex back.
I almost don't even want the Jets to draft Trevor Lawrence, even with the first.
I want them to get Bieniemy and Fields. I'm telling you, that's more likely what's gonna happen to me.
Bruh, y'all ain't getting Bieniemy, bro.
Why not?
Because y'all ain't.
Because who will?
But the
Bro,
main
you gotta
reason
remember,
why I feel like Tom really, I think they did a good job. The Bucs did a good job, but I think that the Bucs
they're gonna offer him the bag.
Yeah.
On top of it's a New York market. On top of if he wins in New York, he's going farther than he can go if he wins anywhere else.
Because at this point, I mean, the thing with the Jets is that the quarterback bar is so low. Like, even though we've had Joe Namath, the quarterback bar for like what you need to do.
This is what I've been telling you.
Give us 20 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, and we're
didn't I tell y'all a few episodes ago that Fitzmagic, who we watching ball right now, got benched today, right? Got benched for Tua today. Fitzmagic is in our record books as one of our better quarterbacks. Our quarterback game in the history, long term, like overall, is subpar. I don't even want to look at it compared to other franchises. Like, and we've been around. So when Jags fans come at me with y'all, we started in 95, 94 looking ass, you can't tell me you could complain like this, because y'all haven't had great quarterbacks, and y'all might be like, all right, subpar as far as where the bar should be at in quarterback game. But we've been like this forever.
Y'all had y'all Mark Sanchez days, butt fumble.
Yeah, but that was defense. Like I said, quarterback numbers wise, still not good. You know what I'm saying?
No games.
First of all,
I have
Sanchez did win games. I told you I stand by Sanchez in the red zone, because we still haven't had another quarterback since him that could throw touchdowns in the red zone. He got it to Santonio, Plaxico, Dustin Keller, and Brandon Marshall in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? So my man's might not have been great in the middle of the field when the offensive line was backing up, but in that red zone, it was a time when we was leading the league with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things. I say these stuff because these are things we haven't achieved since then. Like being the top in the league and these little stupid stats. I'm a pro football focused stat chasing looking person. You know, I like those little, and that's another shout out to other people.
I love y'all. I love y'all and everything, but enough about y'all Jets, bro.
Hold up now.
Enough about y'all Jets.
Straight up, it's Tua time.
It's Tua time.
It's Tua time.
Y'all gonna disrespect us in the division like that? All right, let's go to Miami. Okay, fine. I like Miami.
Tua is a starter. How y'all boys feel?
Pete, what you think about Tua starting, boy?
Let me tell you what I think about him. Let's go number 1 pick for the Jets, because we can't beat nobody anyway. But anyway, no, on the real, I think that in my opinion, this was the Miami Dolphins plan the whole time. This is what we see need to be done more. Like, all right, get your rookie. You got a vet that could get y'all a good start. That's a bonus. They didn't care what their start was, I think. I think they cared that he came in after the bye, after they got him into some game situation reps and feels on the sideline, talking to Fitzpatrick, talking to the coach in all these situations. I think they were planning to bring him out after the bye, whether they were 5-0, 0-5, whatever it was. You know what I mean? And I feel like it also gave him a benefit to like letting his health get all the way there. Like if he ain't healthy now, will he ever be? You know, we almost had the year anniversary. And nowadays people don't take that kind of time to recover if they're gonna recover. You know, he coming back. I heard what's his name say, Shannon Sharp say Bo Jackson had the same injury and never played again, you know? So shout out to the man even coming back to play. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
And then at the end of the day, we get to see on Sunday what he gonna do. We gonna put him in the DraftKings lineup and see if this boy ball. That's what we gonna do.
We gonna find out. What you got, Shades?
I don't like it, dog. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I like Tua. I think he's going to be good for the Dolphins and everything. It's just with that hip injury. I would have liked to keep him out the whole full year, probably start on the last 2 games and do him like they did Patrick Mahomes, give him a full year on the bench, making sure that hip is good. You got a whole another off season, then you got a whole another preseason next year and everything. Now you're good. I think I would have did him more how Miami did Patrick Mahomes. You know, they had things rolling with Fitzmagic, and y'all could have possibly had an outside chance to get the wild card. You know, if you can kind of, you know, maybe squeeze one past the Patriots like y'all did the year before. Maybe
Come on now.
Squeeze
we
one
know
past
what
the Bills.
Fitzpatrick is. This
You know
ain't no
what I
new
mean?
Fitzpatrick.
You know,
I gotta disagree
you know what I'm
with you
saying?
on that, bro. Because like,
Okay.
if anything, I mean, me being a Jets fan, I know exactly who Ryan Fitzpatrick is.
And we seen it every one of the 9 teams he's played
He will
on.
ball for that small little window,
And then
like,
that pressure gets on them. Yeah.
I feel like they doing this
bro.
perfectly.
It's gonna be a game that it just falls all.
And I feel you. And
And
when that happens, that's when I make the change.
And this is why it's good.
Was right, because no matter what their record was, because they just blew the Jets out last week. So there's no reason for them not to still be starting unless they already had in their minds that after this bye, it's Tua's team. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
I think that's why, like, the reason they're not gonna let him keep going, because right now, yeah, he's 7th as far as quarterbacks, but that can really go south in one game. He can throw 5 picks.
I feel you, but
think about the confidence that gives him, right? Like, we think about Nick Foles and all these quarterbacks sometimes have to come back in the game. Like, say we thinking about the hip injury and my man's get re-injured or something happen. This is the perfect. We know what Fitzpatrick is, and like my man just said, he has those windows. I feel like Miami has been blessed that he had the window at the perfect time for them to do this, so that if he has to come back, you know, he's coming back with confidence. Fitzpatrick isn't one of those dudes that need to be in game flow to come back. Like, let's give it to this man. He could come at any time, and I put Fitzpatrick over many backup quarterbacks, even some starters sometimes in one game.
He is a great bridge quarterback.
I'm trying to tell you.
He's a great bridge quarterback.
Fame bridger.
One of the greatest.
Yeah.
I still,
Straight
like
up.
I said, I understand y'all points, and I understand why y'all feel that way. I just disagree. So,
But you're stubborn.
Ryan, what you think?
I think that it was going to happen sooner rather than later anyway. Fuck it. Let him play. Let's see what he got. You know what I'm saying? I mean, whatever. I think it's just one of those times where, I mean, if Ryan Fitzpatrick is on the roster, you should be prepared to take over at quarterback at any point in time during the season.
Right. He been saying
that's what
in
it
press
is.
Conferences though. He was
forever.
He literally.
You knew what it was
weeks ago. I know that I'm just warming the seat up for him.
Y'all saw him cheering for him, right?
But first of all, we know he's
that shit was crazy.
Professional pro ever. You know what I'm saying? Like not ever, but my man's is a veteran pro.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, but also another thing I forgot to shout
Uh,
out. That's another win-win situation for the Dolphins. Y'all know who first round draft pick the Dolphins got?
Houston.
Y'all know how Houston look right now?
But
Like they trying to find
but
me for
the
this first pick. That's how they look right
but
now.
though they have they have a pretty easy cruise. I think the next couple games coming up. That's what the narrative is. I think they got a couple layups coming up that they kind of have to win.
Who, the
All I'm
Dolphins or
saying
Houston?
The
is,
Houston.
win, lose, or draw, no matter what their season ends up. Because right now, if you weren't taking Fitzpatrick out, right, it'd only be because, like, oh, damn, the teams above us lost and we got to fight in the playoff hunt in our division. All right,
We need to
let's
go
keep
the
it
other way.
going, right? But win, lose, or draw, they're going to have a good draft pick, right? Whether they do good or not. If Fitzpatrick can be giving them what he's giving them right now, and they got any faith that Tua is any kind of good, he got to be able to give more. You know what I'm saying? So like, if they got and they've seen in practice, and that's the number one thing where this is all like hearsay and opinion and analysis or whatever. We're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
seeing practice. We ain't seeing practice. We ain't see if he got how much reps with the ones. He could have
yeah,
been practicing 40% with the ones all year. You know what I'm saying? We don't
yeah.
know. Ryan Fitzpatrick is professional. He don't care about that. He not about to be salty. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So at
For
the end of
sure.
the day, he probably
Yo,
liked that rest.
yo, Rob. Yo,
Do,
Rob.
do you know?
Before we transition real quick, how long ago was Tua's injury? Do you remember?
2 years
Almost a
ago.
year.
Oh no. Yeah, correct.
A
It was
year
a
next
year
month.
ago.
A year next month. The
So
anniversary
11
is
months.
coming up. Yeah, the anniversary is coming up. I know for a fact. That's why
Yeah,
I said that.
I feel confident in my decision. Yeah, I stand by what I said.
But I'm saying I feel like that he's passed a lot of doctors to be able to play. I think that there's been a lot of medical experience to say. I think he'd be straight.
But Shades, be real
Yeah,
with me, right?
yeah,
Realistically, right? What
yeah.
injury, or what person like it's taking longer than that to come back nowadays? Like, yes, pre Dare Antler Spray, Adrian Peterson, pre that, like, all right, nigga might take a year and a half to come back. You know what I'm saying?
ACLs used to be like fucking.
Bro, 18 months.
ACLs used to be a fucking like a death sentence for anybody playing football.
No, I get y'all.
6 months.
Trust me. No,
Literally,
I get y'all,
Jaguars.
dog. I get it. I understand. But for me, and I
Why?
drafted him first.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? I'm sending them out as long as I
what are
can,
you
bro.
holding? Yeah, but
I'm
how
sending them
long
out as long
before?
as I can.
But how real is, all right, when you're not playing these live bullets like we talk about all the time? How long before like he's losing like ability to keep up with game speed and stuff? Like, let's be realistic
No,
about
that's
that.
what the scout. That's what the scout team and the second team and all
The
that stuff.
scout
for. And I'm
team
not
ain't
Do you
saying-
know who? Do you
I'm
know
not
who
saying
needs to
you can't have
relook
no
at their
practice.
actual scout team? The motherfucking Cowboys. Listen here, man. Look, Cowboys took a huge L to the Arizona Cardinals. What do we feel like, man? We feel like that Mike McCarthy is already catching. Mike McCarthy is already catching heat. Players out here, you know what I'm saying, talking reckless. This is 1 week after Dak. Seems like situation's getting kind of toasty in Dallas, boys. What you think? What you think, Ryan?
I mean, I just think that, me personally, I never did like the Cowboys personally, but as far as Mike McCarthy, I think he's getting a bad rap right now. I mean, you go into a season pretty much knowing what you have in a quarterback in Dak Prescott, and to lose him and to get the Red Rocket, who I was never high on.
Red Rifle,
whatever you want to call him. But, I was never high on him regardless, even when he was in Cincy. So, what surprised me is, in a game like that, I think he wanted to lean more heavily on Zeke, but those early fumbles that pretty much handicapped him. It's like, okay, do I want to keep giving them the ball and turning the ball over and having them score more points, or do I want to let the backup quarterback swing the ball down the field and see? So at that point, I pretty much feel like lately it's kind of been he's been caught between the crosshairs, because either way he was going, he's screwed. So I think he's getting a bad rap right now. when he gets his starting quarterback back, I think it'll be a better assessment of what he can do as a coach. Because they do have a good team. They just really got to do a lot better as far as stopping people. They can't stop
garbage.
Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, Homie Studios, we got a special guest today. And it's a super special guest. It's the Red Rifle himself. And just like we told Jay the other day, he's right here. Because he's trash. He is trash. Okay, Jay? Where's all that defense you was giving this man the other day? I want to hear one thing you got to say good about this man from this game.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have no problem. I have no problem with that. I will say that his performance was trash, and if he continues to play like that, they will not go to the playoffs. They will not win a playoff game, and he'll be lucky to be a Dallas Cowboy.
Will they win the division if he plays like that? Because this was my argument.
He can't play like that to win the division. But one thing I will say is you can't have your star player when the star quarterback is out. You can't have Zeke fumble the ball 2 times. Zeke has never fumbled the ball like that before. And again, I never said that you can put the entire offense on Andy Dalton's shoulders. What I said was they're gonna run the ball through Zeke, and then by doing that, you can run the play action, get the ball to your receivers. You're not able to do that because you're playing from behind. Now the other team knows you have to throw the ball in order to do it. Andy Dalton can't win that way. They have to run the ball through Zeke.
But look at this. They had Zeke when they had Dak, right? The Cowboys been a play from behind team. So what was going to change about that?
They haven't always played from behind.
Most of Dak's good wins
are from behind.
Come from behind. No, I feel you.
That's what I'm saying. Dak does that. Like, I'm gonna give him his respect and all that. Like,
but that's more. I kind of feel like that's a little bit more. That did happen a little bit last year, but this year that's happening because of their defense. They're coming from behind because they don't have a defense to stop them.
I mean,
last year that
Van Der Esch, dude. Van Der Esch has got to get it figured out too. By the way, Van Der Esch with this whole injury thing of like him being out, him being in, him being out, too much movement on him as you know what I'm saying. Figure out what you are. If you got a messed up neck, then just go home, bro. Don't mean to be so rough about it, but he's always hurt.
Always his neck. His neck was this year, but last year was something else. It wasn't his neck last year. I don't believe.
Injury prone. That's what we'll call him.
But hey, the funny thing is the grass always greener on the other side because I bet they wish they had Jason Garrett back.
I mean, I don't think so.
I mean, you know what you got in Jason Garrett too.
I think he would be a coordinator that they're telling him to simplify and to coach better. The players are saying that they just don't think the coaches are good at their job, bro. Like that was not happening under Jason Garrett. And
but players when they're losing are gonna say dumb shit. Like
wins fix everything. Wins fix everything, especially in the NFL.
I feel that, but look at the defensive coordinator. Look at the defensive coordinator that they currently have for the team. The last time he was the defensive coordinator, they were like second to last. That's the last time he had a job.
Get criticized like stocks, like the stock market, like
up and down,
go up and down.
No, this guy's been criticized for being a bad defensive coordinator since he started for the Dallas Cowboys, and they have like one of the worst defenses that they have.
So you know what? I
just started getting defensive talent.
So guess what, guys? We have a perfect transition right now, because right now we're going to be our own offensive and defensive coordinators. So here is what we are going to do. We are going to take 3 offensive players, 3 defensive players that we would take first to draft our team. So it's going to be the first six picks, 3 on offense, 3 on defense, however you want to like. Let's say 1 or 2, Jeremy.
2.
You go first.
All right. My 3 offensive players. I'm taking a quarterback. You got to have a QB. Give me Russell Wilson. That boy is out here balling, MVP trajectory right now. I'm taking Russell Wilson as my quarterback. At running back, give me Saquon Barkley. A living highlight reel. Of course, you got to have a good line, better than the Giants have right now, in order to get him some space. But he can turn anything into a touchdown. At receiver, I'm taking a receiver. I'm not taking an offensive lineman. I'm not taking a tight end. Give me at receiver Julio Jones. Russell Wilson with Julio Jones with Saquon Barkley, play action pass. Oh man, I think that right there will be deadly, man. Because he already got DK Metcalf right now. We already see what he's doing with DK. On defense, I want cornerback at corner. I want Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey as my corner. Bobby Wagner as my linebacker. And we talked about it last week. I want Myles Garrett as my defensive end. I got superstars at all three levels, and then I fill in the pieces, baby.
Ryan?
Okay, man.
We're going to keep it on that screen right now.
At quarterback, I'm going to go ahead and go with Patrick Mahomes, boy. You know.
Nice.
Patty Mahomes. Got to have you a good quarterback, somebody that can get the ball downfield. I'm definitely going to get a playmaker at running back. I took Christian McCaffrey.
Nasty.
You know, I need me somebody that can catch out of the backfield. I can line up in the slot if I need to.
Nasty.
And give him the little handoffs.
Nasty.
Got to have that. I also did have Julio Jones as my receiver.
You can't have him.
You got to pick somebody else.
Actually, good though. If I want to pick somebody else, it wouldn't be a
Don't
receiver.
take mine.
I'd probably have to go with somebody like Travis Kelce.
Oh, I knew you was going to do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Nasty.
I have to go tight end. I got to have a matchup problem.
Nasty.
So
I would have went first if I knew this was going to affect my shit.
So on defense, definitely I'm actually taking a safety.
Jamal.
I need the honey badger.
Oh,
Tyrann Mathieu.
like
you know, I need him back there. I need a playmaker that can change the ball hawk.
He looked like a good Jet.
Yeah.
Boo.
So another player I gotta have up front. I need Aaron Donald. Just somebody that can just bully the offensive line, just get back there and cause a big ruckus.
Nasty.
And I gotta have me an edge rusher off the end, outside linebacker. Give me the Mac attack, Khalil Mack.
Ooh, nasty.
And those would be my 6 picks.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like that. That's nasty.
Okay. You next or last, Rod?
That's up to you. What you got? You got it?
All right, I'm ready.
Good.
So I can't do this whole change the person you pick shit because y'all took some of my people for real. Not all though, but Mahomes boy is on my squad on offense as well. Because like Jay said, you need a quarterback, and I won't argue with anybody ever taking Russell Wilson because he's one of my favorite quarterbacks. But I'm doing no-look passes on the real with the left hand over here over Von Miller's. You feel me? No offense, you know. But I'm taking Patrick Mahomes, boy. And I like the Saquon Barkley pick, but I'm a top fan of Christian McCaffrey. But I'm taking my boy Alvin Kamara with Mahomes.
Nasty.
And I'm not even taking a receiver because I gotta take Travis Kelce too. Because I think a tight end that can give you what Travis Kelce gives you in the run and pass game is it's a double hit. You know what I'm saying? And people sleep on that. These Gronks, these Travis Kelce's, they're not the same as some of these receiving tight ends. Like that's why Ebrons and these guys can't ball the same, you know? Because we can't have you out there as much. When we got you out there, they know you're going to receive, you know? Mm-hmm. A lot of times, Travis Kelce, those block and release plays, that's where they get the most, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like they're so good at blocking. Even Jimmy Graham, like, you know, all those guys. I thought you were going to say
Kittle. I thought you were going Kittle.
Oh, Kittle's definitely up there too. I'm sorry. You know, you can't think about everybody when you're thinking sometimes. But those dudes. But that's what I'm saying. That's why those dudes are in that class. You know what I'm saying?
All right, who's your third guy?
But that was my 3 on offense. Kamara, Mahomes, Kelce.
Got you.
My three on defense, and I gotta back out of my Khalil Mack pick the other day for this because I was saying Khalil Mack. But I ain't gonna lie, I heard some and read some and did some research on freaking Aaron Donald. Historically, too disgusting to pass up on. First of all, nobody in history has got as many sacks at this point in their career off on the double team as he has. Like, I don't know if it was the number they were saying. I didn't know if it was his career or just in the last couple years, like 3 or 4 years or whatever. But he got like 20 sacks on double teams, and the next person was like single digits. I'm like, oh shit.
That's
You know
his
what
whole
I'm
career.
saying?
That's gonna be his whole career.
And it's just like at that position, people don't even get sacks to be great. You know what I'm saying?
You don't
So
even get sacks.
I'm definitely taking that impact on the game right there. I like safeties, and I respect the pick on the safeties. But for me, I'm taking Aaron Donald, I'm taking Jalen Ramsey, and I'm taking Marcus Peters because I need 2 corners. And I like Marcus Peters not as my number 1 corner, but as a number 2, I think he's elite as my number 2 corner. Yes. The pressure he put on that other receiver over there is like, not today, but when he got to be the number 1, I think sometimes it's overwhelming, you know. And a person like it takes a Ramsey, because y'all know my favorite player of all time Jets is Darrell Revis. So that's my position right there, cornerback. Like, he changed the game for me watching this dude play and develop.
Because he wasn't even no blazer. He's not a blazer.
He wasn't a blazer. He had hops, timing, and at the line of scrimmage. That's why he couldn't play no more. When he broke his wrist, he was not the same because he was a press coverage elite corner, not just an elite corner. Because in zone, he was not the same player.
Right.
He was decent.
Right, who you got?
So y'all just left the whole gambit open. I got Deshaun Watson, Tyreek Hill, and George Kittle.
Bet.
Okay.
I got Stephon Gilmore. And give me linebacker. Give me.
I got Bobby.
Oh.
I really like Darius Leonard for the Colts, to be honest with you. But I think that is a too early pick. I think that he is a really good linebacker. I think that he'll be great.
Yeah.
But give me a lineman, dog. I'm gonna have to go with Bosa, bro.
Okay.
Joey,
yeah.
Nick.
And my argument.
Wait, which one's at San Fran? Nick. Yeah, I want Nick.
I forgot about Nick.
Yeah,
my argument for not taking
nasty.
My argument for not taking a defensive end, running back, or linebacker is that, to me, those positions, if you have these other players that we talked about around, are plug and play. If you got an Aaron Donald and a Jalen Ramsey-esque or somebody like that, your linebackers have a bigger margin of error. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need linebackers like those GOATs when you don't have that stuff supporting. You know what I mean? And running backs, I definitely think are plug and play right now.
For sure. But do you know what? It's finna be plug and play. I'm finna plug in these Shades top 5 real quick.
Hey, everybody get your shades on.
Number 5.
Tail end of the play.
Runners down by contact. First down, New
He
York.
has him in the deep half of the field. Watch him turn his head and make a play on the ball. And once he does that, it ends up on his right cheek.
And he caught it behind him.
It just stays there.
What a play. I mean, both players could have been called for pass interference.
Gator boy, Jet boy, at number 5. Hey,
my man reached hard to put a Jet highlight on Home Studios. I appreciate it.
Shout out Marcus May, dog.
Marcus May, bring me number 4, man.
I've been telling.
Number 4.
Third down and 10. Rivers steps away from pressure for the end zone. Leaping grab. Zach Pascal. What a catch. What a touchdown. Colts right back in it. So a great throw
beats really good coverage all day long. And he's going to work inside and work back outside. Now, the throw was well done, and Pascal does a good job of adjusting to the ball in the air. And just a beautiful throw by Rivers, throwing away from the defender, throwing it behind on purpose. And Pascal with the adjustment. Big play.
Momentum with the home team.
Yo, we got Pascal. You know, Pascal with that amazing catch. Phillip Rivers with a good throw right there.
No,
hey, Rob, bring in number 3, baby.
That was a bad throw.
You think so?
I don't think that Phillip Rivers meant to even do that. That's what I was going to say.
It was a bad throw. It was a bad throw. The fact that he was able to catch that was amazing.
Yes. Yeah. Straight up.
Let's go to number 3, babe.
Number 3.
2nd down and 6. Goff going for it all this time and reaching for it, and a flag is thrown. Is the catch made? It is by Josh Reynolds. So if it's defensive pass interference.
Nasty catch right there. Hey, Rob, bring me number 2.
Number 2.
Search on that?
That was Lisa's voice. Why don't you ask her? Here's 1st and 10. Kyler Murray, a deep shot, got a man, and it's caught. Christian Kirk. How about 80 yards to the house, just like that? Speaking of bullet, Bob Hayes. Touchdown, Cardinals.
They've been setting up the deep shots all night long. And this time they just run Andy Isabella down the middle of the field, and Christian Kirk. You're going to see Andy Isabella is just going to run down the middle of the field. He's going to have 2 goes.
Well, he gets a double move on Daryl Worley. Right there, right, Lewis?
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of like Daryl Worley tries to jump outside. He just goes back inside of him. Daryl Worley's got to get some cushion. He's got to get out of there. When you see guys screaming off the line of scrimmage like that, you can't stutter your.
Hey, Christian Kirk always been that fast?
He's got to get out of there.
Number 1.
Inside is the comeback side, and watch Cunningham step up there in that direction. He opens up that backside A gap, and this is what we talked about. A back that's so big, strong, physical, and yet has terrific straight line speed. He rips off a lot of these big ones, and that was as.
Hey, so
Can I say something about this guy real quick?
Go ahead, Peach.
The first time I heard about this guy, I'm a fan of, shout out to the radio station I listen to, 92.5, the Jacksonville Sports Network or whatever. But the first time I heard of this guy, he was in high school, yo. He was going to Yulee, and they did an interview on there, and he was just like so happy to be on the radio and be going to college to play football and stuff. This guy is a monster.
Beast.
I also have something to actually say. We just need to stop just showing him stiff arming people and acting like the other person is sorry. Anybody finna get that work. I mean, it is what it is.
He proven that he give that work to every team. Your run defense good. Oh, I still want to run.
Yeah, for real. Speaking of that work, old cheating ass Nick Saban went God, man, he be cheating, boy. I swear to God, dog. Man, look. But Alabama went into UGA and did what they needed to do. That game got pretty nasty in the end.
Is Nick Saban the only one who could pull the Trump treatment off with the COVID?
Nah, him or Dabo.
Bro, wasn't he supposed to sit out another day?
Nah, bro. He should have been quarantined. He should have been quarantined for 10 days at least. No matter how that shit played out. And you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, first of all, before we get into the actual game, like, I don't think that sports will ever be fair until we remove that bullshit out of it. You feel what I'm saying? And it's never gonna happen. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. But Alabama,
was the FSU coach not allowed at the games?
Norvell had to sit at his fucking house. Literally, they had to show like a picture of him just sitting in front of a house watching an actual football game. But Nick Saban could have communication let alone that they were gonna. I mean, and I'm talking about he was on the fucking sidelines, no mask, hollering at everybody. Like, it's just bullshit, bro.
That's power. That's power and clout right there, bro.
Bro, that's all that is. There's only two coaches who can do that: Dabo and Saban.
Bro, what did them Clemson boys, bro? What was it, 73-3?
Bro, they brought their punter in to play quarterback.
You lying?
Yes, bro. Yes. I mean, if you really think about Georgia Tech, though, for real, is kind of a program where like them niggas was gonna get bullied regardless, and Clemson's the right person to do the bullying. You know what I'm saying? If you jump off to a bad start, you get a couple of punt blocks, bro. I think that they had 3 punt blocks in the first half.
That's crazy.
Like, and I could be completely wrong about that, but I do know that I think that there were at least 2 punt blocks. And there's just nothing that you can do. You got Miami got the rebound victory against Pitt. I don't know if that was really a rebound. Sounds like that their fans aren't too happy about that. But there's no Gator football, so there's no more. There's nothing for me to talk about as far as Gator football. Anybody got shout outs? Anybody want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yes, we got to shout out the sport that we've been ignoring, the MLB. Shout out to the baseball. They're in the World Series right now. It's the LA Dodgers and Tampa Bay Rays. They're literally playing right now as we speak in pod. And these teams fought to be where they're at. Tampa's battling with pitching. Dodgers are battling with hitting. And we're going to have a good World Series, in my opinion. I think it goes to 6 games. I think the Dodgers paid to win this again. If they don't win, it is a disappointment. They are the favorites. But Tampa's been fighting the whole way. They kind of remind me of, if you remember, the Nuggets in the playoffs.
Gritty.
They've been gritty.
Gritty.
Yeah. And they've both been playing amazing baseball, so I can't wait to get off the pod and actually watch them. I know you watch your Braves. Sorry for your Braves to be out.
Let me actually just say this
postseason.
For sure. It actually has, and that is true though, for real. But I will say this in the most respectful way possible. Fuck Mookie Betts. In the most respectful way possible. You understand what I'm saying? I love Mookie, but fuck Mookie at the same time. What you got, Ryan?
These Devil Rays, man, like everybody, not many people know they have like the 28th lowest payroll of everybody in the MLB. Like,
I get paid more than them, bro.
In the league where you win with money,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that
more than any other league.
We get paid more than. Hey, listen, we get paid more than some people get paid, you know what I'm saying, on the Rays. You know what I'm saying? Full salary. But straight up though, hey, so, and I will say this, if you ever want to go to a cheap ass baseball game, you can get club seats, all food, all beer, wine, like $45 at a Rays game into the 7th inning. And then it also goes through the 7th inning into the end. That's just dope.
Oh, I'm about to do that. You should have never told me that, boy.
That's just dope, bro. I swear to God, boy. Hey, listen. So when we did it, we didn't know that we had the fucking ticket. So all of a sudden, we handed the woman our actual ticket. She's like, "Oh, come, like with us." She puts us through like this, like secret little tunnel thing. This nice ass like elevator. We looking like, what the fuck is this? And all of a sudden, the doors open. It's just like a spread, and I'm just like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, bet.
Hey, yo, I gotta.
That shit was tight, for real. That shit was definitely tight.
I need an MLB team because I was just rooting for the Yankees just because it's famous from New York. But I need
just come and be a Braves fan, bro. It's nice here. We lose often. But we're kind of used to it. We don't. It doesn't really affect us too much.
Y'all had Chipper Jones. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, whatever.
I'm trying to be local. You feel me?
I hear you. But hey, Home Studios, we'll go ahead and we're gonna sign out. Shadez, you got anything to say? Shout outs?
I just want to say shout outs to the homies again, man. All the new listeners, all the new subscribers out there. Blessings to you and your family. I appreciate y'all for lending us your ear and everything like that. Just keep your head up. Try to stay positive throughout. These are things I have to tell myself. Like even today, I had to tell myself, don't let that darkness try to come and take you over. Just try to be positive. So shout outs to all the homies across the nation. My prayers are to y'all. We got people listening now in Oklahoma as well. Shout outs to my homie Marcos, who may have him on here later. He's a Steelers fan. And he wants us to talk about FSU. He even agreed that FSU is a basketball team. So shout out to him for, understanding that FSU is a basketball school now.
Don't do that.
What you got, Ron?
Thank you much. I just want to give a shout out to everybody everywhere, and especially you guys for actually having me on, giving me a shot on actually, talk sports and talk a little barbershop talk, and just be one of the homies.
You did.
I appreciate that.
You did.
You're always welcome. Me Costa, Esu Costa, my brother.
One more quick shout out. Shout out to the boy ST, man. Because he be running this shit so smooth.
So smooth.
Yeah, probably be the one to fix it up for us.
Hope you feeling better, brother.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah, man. ST is, I will say that ST is our general, man. He makes this thing go. I'm talking about adding in videos. If you come to him late, you can call him anytime, man. I appreciate that, man. And we do hope that you get well, brother. Praying for you. Shout out to just people, man, just making shit happen at all times. Listen, vote. I cannot say this any more than that. Early voting has just started. If you have any questions, there is an app. It's not a Democrat. It's not a Republican app. It's called Ballotpedia. If you need that, if you have any questions on the ballots, anything that is in the voting that you do not understand, you are able to go in there and it will give you a full, listen to me people, unbiased breakdown of what it actually is, and you can make your own choice. There is no judgment. There is no voter registration fraud. None of that. It just wants American people to use their voice. Once again, it is Ballotpedia. Get out and vote. Take care of this country. Be American. All that.
Your boy finished his pre-ballot. I did my pre-ballot thing already, the practice ballot, so I can just bring it into the voting thing. My dad voted today. I'm going to vote tomorrow, and then a couple other people I know is going to go vote tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I'm going
on Friday. On the pod, I'm gonna have my sticker.
Exactly.
Hey, listen, man. It's more important than ever. Take this country back. You knew what it was before this thing started. Take this country back. It is our voice. It is right now. I appreciate every single person that actually votes.
Yeah, man.
Straight up, man.
Hey, blessings to everybody. Everybody.
I don't know how to end this shit. Finally.